Welcome to History with Master Squishies. In today's video, we'll be covering the history of the Csaba. We'll be going over who made it, the design, what nations used it, some of the battles it took place in, and how it performs in-game. To start off with, the Csaba was a Hungarian armored car designed by Nicholas Straussler for the Royal Hungarian Army in 1933 to 1936, and produced by Vice Manfred, with a production number of around 100 to 140. The Csaba was based off the Alvis AC-2 and was named Csaba after Attila the Hun's son. By 1939, the trials had completed and the Csaba was adopted into the Hungarian army with two variants. The first being the M39, which was armed with a 20mm anti-tank cannon and an 8mm machine gun, and the second being the M40, armed with only an 8mm machine gun, but was fitted with a second radio and a large radio mast. The Csaba was equipped with a single turret mounted with a 20mm Solotherm 36M anti-tank cannon and an 8mm Gebauer 1934/37M machine gun. It had 9mm riveted armor plates on all sides. It had a crew of 3, a weight of 5.95 tons, a length of 4.52 meters or 14.8 feet, a width of 2.1 meters or 6.10 feet, a height of 2.27 meters or 7.4 feet, and a max speed of 40 to 53 miles per hour. Next, we'll move on to its operational history. The Csaba had a very brief combat history. All Csaba brigades, except for the mountain brigades, participated in Operation Barbarossa, but by December 1941, they were recalled from the front with only 17 surviving. They were then sent back to the front after reorganization, where they would remain and eventually all be destroyed. Finally, we'll move on to how it performs in War Thunder versus how it performed historically. The Csaba in War Thunder is a bit interesting. The armor is wrong all around. It has a minimum of 7mm of armor and a maximum of 13mm of armor, when it should be 9mm of armor all the way around. The gun is right, with it being a 20mm Solotherm 36M anti-tank cannon, and the secondary is the right machine gun, but the wrong model. It should be the 8mm Gebauer 1934/37M machine gun, but instead is the 8mm Gebauer 1934/40M machine gun. And finally, the speed is right at 40 miles per hour. All in all, the Csaba is decent, but could use some improvement. The armor should be brought to 9mm all around, but I understand the change for gameplay purposes. The second minimal change would be to change the machine gun to the 8mm Gebauer 1934/37M machine gun instead of the 8mm Gebauer 1934/40M machine gun. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, squish that like button, subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear about next. I'll see you in the next one.